The Watchman of Doom is the coolest new Titan to come from the Skibidi Toilet Universe, which is why for the next 100 days, I'll be surviving as him in hardcore Minecraft. Using my Astro Toilet tech, I'll strike down my enemies while upgrading into bigger and stronger forms. Will I be able to overcome my corruption and return to the Alliance, or will I remain under the control of the Duchess Astro Titan? It was time to find out, as I spawned in as the TV man in the middle of the city. Standing with me were my Titan Speakerman, Titan Cameraman, and Executor Speakerman brothers. My sole duty is to win this war in the name of the Alliance. Suddenly, the Duchess Astro Titan, leader of the Astro Toilets, dropped down in front of me.
I don't think so. Come to our side where you truly belong.
Using her dark powers, she hit me with a powerful laser attack, causing my body to change. My TV accents shifted to orange as the Astro Toilet tech took over my body. I was now a Watchman of Doom.
You monster! What did you do to him?
This power, I must destroy the Alliance! I unleashed my new powers, trying to take down the Titans. They quickly realized that I was no longer the TV man they once knew.
He's too far gone now. She turned our own creation against us.
The Titans made their approach and prepared to strike me down. But when the Titan Cameraman tried to attack, the Duchess dropped in and used her shield to block the blow.
This is the beginning of your downfall. This TV man will be our greatest warrior.
The Duchess Astro Titan unleashed her attacks, trying to defend me from the horde of Titans. Unfortunately, the Titan Speakerman managed to slip by her, coming after me. I tried to take him on myself, but shockingly, he managed to push past my attacks.
You can't kill a Titan that easily. Come here.
Out of options, I ran for my life as the Titan Speakerman pursued me. On day 2, I was being chased through the city by the Titan Speakerman. He used his guitar attacks on me, trying to strike me down. I did my best to avoid him, but I was only a tiny watchman. I couldn't keep this up forever. I ran until I was met with a dead end. There was nowhere for me to turn as the Titan Speakerman approached me. As I was looking for a way out, I spotted an interesting sponge behind the Titan. There are loads of other Easter eggs hidden throughout the video. Be sure to find them all.
Come on, snap out of it. I know you're in there.
The TV man you knew is gone. I only follow the Astro Toilets now. Just then, I spotted a nearby power source, giving me an idea. I unleashed my Watchman powers, causing the tower to malfunction and electrocute the Titan, frying his systems. The Titan Speakerman was now knocked out, buying me the time I needed to escape. On day 3, I arrived at the Astro Toilet base where the Duchess Astro Titan was already waiting for me.
Good to see you've escaped. I have something for you.
She stepped aside, revealing a mysterious upgrade surging with energy. What is this?
1 of 5 upgrades you need to reach your full power. With all 5 upgrades, you'll become the ultimate weapon of war, able to destroy the Alliance with ease. We have 1, but you'll need to overcome all of the Titans to obtain the last 4 from the clutches of the Alliance.
No task is too hard for me. I won't let you or the Astro Toilets down.
Good. Then take your first upgrade.
I grabbed it, causing my body to once again transform. I grew bigger in size and obtained a new staff weapon for me to defend myself with. I now had 5 more hearts and even more amazing powers. However, a voice soon echoed in my head as if it were trying to warn me of something.
Forgive me. I have become your doom.
What was that? Was that me? Before I could think too much about it, the Executor Speakerman touched down onto the Astro Toilet base.
Finally, we found you. You won't escape again.
The Executor dashed forward, ready to slash into us with his scythe. On days 4 through 7, we were under attack by the Executor Speakerman. Using his red plasma-coated scythe, he tried to slash into my newly upgraded body, trying to kill me for good. Luckily, the Duchess was there to help me fight. Using her deadly attacks, she lashed back at the Executor. They were evenly matched, but the Astro Duchess managed to get the edge, overwhelming him.
You cannot defeat me, Executor.
I don't need to. I just need to trap you.
Suddenly, the Executor tore open a portal with his scythe, sucking my Astro Duchess leader into it. Duchess, no!
I'll make this quick out of respect for our past together.
He used his projectile attacks to try and slice me down, but thanks to my new shield, I was able to protect myself from the fatal blow. I won't go down that easily. I'm the Watchman of Doom! I tried to fight back with what powers I did have, but even in my upgraded state, I was still no match for the Executor. I needed to escape and regroup. He went for another attack, but I was able to dodge it, causing him to fly through the base instead. The base doors automatically closed behind, locking him inside.
What the? This can't hold me forever, you fool!
Now's my chance! I made a run back towards the city before the Executor could come after me again. On days 8 through 10, I returned to the city, only for the Executor Speakerman to touch down onto an area near me.
I know you're around here somewhere. I'll find you, Watchman!
I can't let him see me. I have to stay hidden. I stealthed from building to building, trying my best to stay out of the Executor's sights. All the while, he continued his hunt, scouring the area like a hawk. As I moved, I wasn't paying attention to my surroundings and accidentally knocked over a street lamp, causing it to shatter on the ground. Oh no! He probably heard that! I ran into another hiding spot and ducked for cover as the Executor landed in the spot I had shattered the street lamp. 1 second later, and I would have been done for. He's incredibly strong. I've got to be more careful.
You've got that right.
Just then, I noticed a little TV man standing behind me. What the? Aren't you one of those Alliance members I crushed earlier?
I was able to survive. I'm Neo. I'm glad I found you. I want to help.
Please, I'd never associate with Alliance scum like you. Be gone. Before I could strike down the TV man, a powerful attack fired down onto the two of us, revealing our hiding spot.
No more hiding!
On days 11 through 14, we ran from our hiding spot as we were under attack by the Executor Speakerman.
Run all you want, little Watchman! You'll meet your demise soon.
Just like our encounter before, he was too powerful to fight, but I wasn't fast enough to escape him either. Neo and I managed to find another place to take cover, but it was only a matter of time before we were found. This is all your fault! I let my guard down because of you!
I was just trying to help. I sense good in you still. The TV we used to know is in there somewhere.
Now I know you're talking nonsense. I should kill you right now!
Wait, take this. That way you know I'm on your side.
Neo then handed me a map and I picked it up. What's this for?
I'll take you to the Speakerman base where you'll find the Duchess Astro Titan held captive.
The Duchess? How do you know that? You must be a spy.
No, I just want to help. I've been following your progress and I think you could be one of the strongest Titans very soon.
I need more upgrades to keep getting stronger. Would you happen to know where to find it?
I heard the Titan Speakerman has it, but it's just a rumor.
I could kill two birds with one stone if that's true. I'll save the Duchess and get my next upgrade. As we were talking though, the Executor destroyed our hiding spot.
Stop hiding!
Just as I thought I was done for, Neo jumped into the path of the Executor, stopping his attack.
Hey, over here!
Out of my way, TV man! I have to eliminate the Watchman!
I realized Neo had given me a chance to run. I followed the map and fled from the city before it was too late. On days 15 through 17, I arrived at the Speakerman base to find that it was blocked off by a moat of lava. They must be holding the next upgrade in there. I had to find a way past this. I looked around and spotted a target, giving me an idea. I used my powers to strike the target. Suddenly, a single platform appeared on the lava along with more targets to strike. Bingo! I continued firing at the targets, creating more platforms and jumping from one pillar to the next. I got in the rhythm and successfully used each platform that appeared to jump over the lava pit until I managed to cross over to the other side. I entered the base where I found the Duchess Astro Titan trapped inside of a cage. The Executor's portal must have taken her here. Hold on, I'm coming!
Watchman, you came for me!
Of course I did. I would never leave you behind.
The Titan Speakerman has the next upgrade. You must get it.
I'll get that next. Let me break you out of here first.
I'm afraid there's no time. The Speakerman will be back any moment.
Suddenly, the Titan Speakerman dropped down into the area, prepared to stop us.
Not so fast. I will not allow you to grow any stronger, Watchman.
Watchman, get out of here!
You escaped us once, but it won't happen again. Prepare to fight.
I braced myself as the Titan came in to attack. On days 18 through 21, I was locked in combat, fighting against the Titan Speakerman. He used his guitar attacks, cracking through my armor for big damage. I used my shield to protect myself when I could, but his blows were relentless. I fought back with all of my Watchman attacks that I had at my disposal, trying to dwindle his health as much as I could. But even with my upgrades, he was still too powerful for me to strike down.
Crumble to the might of the Alliance!
He flew up and landed on top of the DG system to then begin shredding his guitar, sending shockwaves throughout the entire area, dealing massive damage to me. Something about this attack was different than the rest. I looked around and realized that my foe was using the speakers on the stage to boost his strength. Wait, are those amplifying his power? I have to destroy them. But how?
There are power lines on the opposite side of the stage. Cut them to stop his flow of energy from the speakers.
Instead of attacking the Titan, I began to set my sights on the speaker's power source instead. I looked at the wires, but I wasn't sure which one to cut. Some of these look dangerous to cut. Which one is it? I examined the wires more closely and saw that the green wires seemed to be the source of the power, while the others would lead to certain doom.
What the? Hey, get away from there!
Uh-oh, he's coming! Let's hope this works! I then cut the green wire, and luckily all of the players shut down, causing the Titan Speakerman to be weakened.
Speakers or not, I'll take you down!
The Titan flew down towards me, and we resumed our fight. But thanks to my efforts, he was much weaker than before. I managed to get the upper hand, striking him down once and for all in the name of the Astro Toilets. Nice! That upgrade is mine. Upon his death, the Titan Speakerman dropped the next upgrade. I grabbed it, sparking my body with more power. I grew into an even more powerful form, unlike anything I'd experienced before. I now had 5 more hearts with an impressive arm cannon to blast energy spears, as well as upgraded versions of my shield and raining sword attack.
This isn't right. Wake up!
What is that? Ugh, quiet! I have my mission and I'm sticking to it! I ignored the voices for now and ran over towards the Duchess's cage. I used my new arm cannon attack to break her free from her prison.
Thank you for freeing me. But is there something wrong? You're acting strange.
You're welcome. And I'm fine. Just a bit overwhelmed.
Then continue to get stronger and that feeling will be obliterated with time.
Yes, Duchess.
Now then, let's...
Before we could talk more, we heard the sound of reinforcements approaching. Let's move. We got what we came for. The Duchess and I made our escape and left the Speakerman base while we had the chance. After escaping the prison, the Duchess and I found a place to regroup for the days of 22 to 25.
I noticed you talking to yourself back there. What were you doing?
Nothing. It won't happen again, ma'am.
Whatever. But if there's a glitch in your system, I will find out about it. Here's your next mission.
She then handed me a map that would lead me to my next location.
The Titan Cameraman has gotten word of our plans and sealed the next upgrade away in a high security vault. You must infiltrate it and get the upgrade.
That shouldn't be too hard for me. Stealth is my middle name.
I wouldn't get too confident. Cameramen are known for the highest security in all of the world. This place isn't a normal vault, but a deadly labyrinth full of traps and machines made to stop you.
I've always liked the challenge, and it'll be tough, but just leave it to me.
Use your new jetpack to get there faster. Time is of the essence.
I have a jetpack? I then took to the skies with my new jetpack, allowing me to fly anywhere I want with great speed. Thanks, Duchess. I won't let you down.
We're doomed.
I found my way to the location of the next upgrade, and I realized that I underestimated the sheer amount of security at this vault. There were flying drones everywhere I looked. They even put cameras in the sky. The Duchess wasn't joking when she said high security. I started to navigate through the area, making sure to hide anytime I could be spotted. But as I moved deeper into the base, my effort was for nothing, as one of the drones spotted me.
Intruder!
That's not good! All the drones nearby turned to me as the drone notified them of my presence. I had an intense fight coming if I didn't think fast. On days 26 through 28, I was under attack by a pack of drones. I tried to flee using my jetpack, but I was quickly shot down by their firepower. When I landed, I knew I couldn't take on this many foes at once, so I hid behind a building until the coast was clear. Okay, time to fly in and get my prize. I tried to fly towards the main doors, but my jetpacks weren't working anymore. They must have taken some serious damage from the drone attacks, but I knew that I could fix them. Just now wasn't the time to do so. I guess I'm continuing on foot. While the drones were looking elsewhere, I made my way towards the main door of the Cameraman vault, pulled a lever, and opened it up. As I was jumping inside, one of the drones spotted me from a distance and began approaching my position.
Intruder spotted!
Uh-oh! I need to get this door shut! I quickly spotted a lever on the wall and hit the switch to lock out the drones from getting to me. With the drones now off my tail, I moved on and made my way into the bunker. I dropped in, and when I reached the bottom, I was now in the first security room where there were targets all over the place. I examined the room more and realized that I couldn't easily reach the targets. Luckily, I had my staff projectiles ready to take on the toughest of jobs. 3, 2, 2, 1, fire! I used my projectiles to shoot down each target one by one. My aim was precise, as I took down all the targets until I eventually reached an entrance to the next area. Looks like their hiding spot wasn't so secure. I went through the entrance and was now in a room filled with lasers all over the place. I'll have to test my jumping skills if I want to make it through this one. I then began jumping over the laser that was laid in my path, making sure not to get too close or else I was toast. I slowly maneuvered around all the lasers until I got to the very end, until I was now able to make it into the third security room. But to my surprise, the room was completely empty. This doesn't feel right. Despite my best judgment, I stepped forward and made the mistake of hitting a pressure plate, setting off a trap. The wall started to move, closing in towards me. I'm gonna get crushed if I don't think quick. On days 29 through 32, I tried to escape the trap room through the entrance door, but it was sealed shut before I could make it through. I turned to see the massive wall approaching, and I was about to be crushed by the trap. I ran in close and did everything within my power to stop the wall from moving further, but nothing in my current arsenal was working. I scouted the room, searching desperately for anything that could be of help to me, but it was completely empty. The only thing I spotted of interest was a vent. I smashed it open, but I was way too big to fit through it. This can't be the end. Did a cameraman really outsmart me?
Don't give up just yet!
I looked down into the vent and saw the little TV man Neo trying to get my attention. You again? Why won't you just leave me alone?
Because I can sense the good in you. I'm going to help you out of this mess.
What can a puny little TV like you do to help me?
This. Just watch.
Neo zapped me with a strange TV ability. I suddenly felt the power surge within me, unlocking an ability I never knew I had. I was able to use my new power to summon TVs out from my back and use them to stop the wall before it could finish the job and crush me. Whoa, that was amazing. How'd you do that?
I'm a TV man like you. You just need a little push to see your full potential.
It was at this point that a new passageway revealed itself into the new area. Well, thanks, I guess. I'm gonna get that upgrade. Don't get in my way.
Wait, don't just leave me here. I'm stuck in this vent.
Not my problem. Figure it out on your own. I kept moving, leaving Neo behind, and arrived in the next room over. Inside, I found it. The upgrade I had been searching for this whole time. Haha, this is it. The power will soon be mine.
Not so fast, evildoer.
I knew that voice. All of a sudden, the Titan cameraman bursted through the ceiling, prepared for a fight.
No ally of the Astro Toilets is going to lay a finger on this upgrade. Not while I'm here.
On days 33 through 35, I was in a furious battle with the terrifying and immensely powerful Titan cameraman. He was a Titan, which meant that he was stronger than any other foe I've faced head-on. He demonstrated his power by using his explosive Cyclops beam attacks on me to try and pummel me into submission. But I couldn't give up, not that easily. I fought back with Watchman attacks of my own, but they barely made a dent against his advanced Titan armor.
You're in my domain, Watchman. You can't win. Give up.
He was right. I knew that without the upgrade, I didn't stand a chance. I had to use my deception to my advantage. You're right, Titan Cameraman. I've seen the error of my ways. Please, help me return to the light.
It gives me hope to hear you say that. Let's report back to the Alliance, and we'll get this all squared away.
The Titan Cameraman let down his guard, giving me a chance to go for the upgrade. I grabbed it, then gained 5 more hearts, a brand new power, and I grew in strength and size. My jetpack was also healed in the process. Nice. I'm ready to take on anything.
What's this? No! You've gone against your word, traitor!
I took advantage of your mistake. I then took the opportunity to use my new ability and strike down the Titan Cameraman, ending him for good. 2 down, 2 to go. Suddenly, I felt something overwhelming me. The same voice from before rang through my ears like a ghost.
Wake up! This isn't you!
No! Stop it! Get out of my head! I was then pulled deeper into my own thoughts as the voice started to consume my body. Sometime during days 36 through 39, I appeared inside of some kind of strange nightmare realm. What is this place?
We're inside your mind, old friend.
I turned around, only to be faced with someone who was another TV. Like me? Who are you? Are you the voice that's been calling out to me?
I am that, and not. It's so much more. That voice is what remains of the person you were. I'm the embodiment of a version of yourself, free from the fetters and chains placed upon us. Don't listen to him! His words are poison! Quite troublesome, that one. But don't worry, I'll do my best to put it out for good.
My shadowy doppelganger then lunged towards me, but then I woke up back in the vault, more confused than ever. Was that a nightmare? Ugh, I don't have time for this. I better get back to my mission. I used my jetpack to fly out of the vault and back outside, where I saw that all the drones were gone. While I looked around the area, I spotted something interesting. Huh, what is this thing? Did you catch what that was? Replay the video at 0.25 speed and let me know down in the comments. Before I could leave the cameraman base, I looked up to find Executor Speakerman descending down from the sky.
I received the distress signals. What did you do to the Titan cameraman?
For days 40 to 43, I was now once again face to face with the Executor Speakerman. All he could seem to do was look upon me with contempt. You again? What do you want?
To end this once and for all.
That's gonna be hard with me around.
I thought there might be a future where we could bring you back, but I see that isn't the case.
Why would I ever want to go back? My power is great. Better than anything you could have given me.
Your judgment is clouded. There is truly no hope for you.
Your ego will be the death of you.
Enough! Answer my question. Where is the Titan cameraman?
I've killed both of your titans. How does it feel to be down to just you? The Executor paused and bellowed a laugh. What's so funny, Chuckles?
It still wouldn't be enough to stop me.
Are you underestimating me?
Nay, it is you who is underestimating me.
I find that hard to believe.
I have other powers you've yet to see.
Other powers? What do you mean by that?
I think it's time I showed you.
The Titan then used his powers to tear open a portal right behind me, allowing the Titan Clockman to step through, ready for battle. What's that?
Let's just say we have help that spans beyond dimensions now.
The Clockman will stop at nothing to defeat you, Astro Toilet scum.
You can bring forward all the Titans you want. I'll tear them all to shreds.
You can try, but the Alliance will always stand strong. I'll leave them to you.
Yes, sir.
The Executor then left the two of us as the Titan Clockman prepared to attack. As he rushed at me, I braced myself for battle. On days 44 through 46, I was going head to head with none other than the Master of Time himself, the Titan Clockman. The Titan Clockman wasted no time as he began to slash at me with his sword, catching me completely off guard. I tried to shrug them off, but his power was no joke. I knew I had to go on the offensive, and fast. I did everything I could to fight back, using my new power attacks, but his strength was just too much for me in this state. Ugh, I can't stop here! I need to get in close. I used my jetpack to fly around the Titan threat as he stood his ground and blasted me with his time gun. Every time I thought I landed a good hit, he would retaliate with his weapon, turning the tables against me at every opportunity. What is this power? Your weapons are even more advanced than my Astro Tech.
That's because this isn't some technological achievement. This is the innate power of a Clockman.
The Titan Clockman wasn't joking. He set himself up to land a finishing blow. But at the last moment, I managed to defend myself with my shield. This guy's power is no joke. I need to run. Without a second thought, I used my jetpack to quickly take to the skies.
You cannot hide from me, Watchman.
Despite his warnings, I still flew far away and took cover. I leaned out to see the Titan Clockman searching for me in the distance. I needed to come up with a plan. I have to find a way to weaken him. But how? He's too powerful.
I think I might be of assistance.
The small TV man Neo once again came up to me to offer his help. You again? You're persistent. How are you even still alive?
I'm extremely resilient. Please, listen to me. I can help you defeat this Titan. All Clockmen have a single weakness, and I know where to find it.
I guess I don't have much of a choice. Very well, Neo. Take me to it at once, and this better not be an Alliance trick.
I wouldn't dream of tricking you.
I then followed Neo as he guided towards a new area. On days 47 through 50, Neo and I snuck up to an Alliance base, where he said there was a special magnet upgrade. Of course, though, it was being guarded by 2 Robo-Titan guards.
That upgrade over there will stop him from using his time powers. Trust me, Clockmen hate magnets.
Doesn't look like I'll be able to grab it unless we get past that guard. He'll notice me immediately. But you're tiny. You could sneak in there for me.
Me?
You want to help, don't you?
Sir, yes, sir.
With a little help from my persuasion skills, Neo wasted no time making his way deeper into the Alliance base. He managed to slip past the guards with his small size and managed to grab the magnet upgrade. Unfortunately, doing so activated a trap. The area around him quickly transformed into lava. Neo was now stranded in the center of a lava pit, catching the attention of the guard.
Hey, what are you doing?
A little help here?
I flew out of my hiding spot and pushed the guards into the lava while their eyes were locked on Neo.
It burns!
Whoa, that was hardcore.
No time to chat. Toss me the upgrade.
Well, okay then, catch!
Neo tossed the magnet upgrade over to me, and at last, it was mine. Ha! See you later, sucker! I started to leave the area when I saw something interesting on the mountain, but it seemed to vanish when I looked for it again. Did you see that? Rewatch the video at 0.25 speed and try to spot the secret. As I was about to fully leave, I was stopped by a magnet Skibidi.
Not so fast, thief. Nobody steals from us.
On days 51 through 54, the magnet Skibidi rushed towards me, starting the battle. He used his magnetic attacks, throwing balls of lightning and summoning lightning bolts from the sky, making him a formidable opponent. Despite him being one, it feels like I'm always a magnet for these weirdos. I retaliated with my own Watchman attacks, trying to break through his armor. However, he was sturdy, and nothing I did would break through his shell. I tried to block his attacks with my shield, but it wasn't enough. Come on, my shield can't even stop his blows!
You fool! My attacks are designed to push through powers like yours. You'll never defeat me like that.
Then maybe I just need to heat things up. I lured him over to the lava pit by toying with him, and landing in the center, forcing him to try and attack at close range.
Why won't you die already?
Here, try killing me over here.
Huh? That's weird. But okay.
I made my way down towards the lava, and once he was close enough, I hit him with a Watchman sword barrage. This knocked him back and right at the edge of the pit.
This was your trap? I was expecting more from the Duchess's little minion.
For the Astro Toilets! I stuck him with a fireball attack, pushing him back enough for him to fall into the lava, burning him up as he sank. I had now won the battle, but I still needed to win the war.
Great thinking, dude. Are you gonna save me now? Watchman?
Nah, I'm evil now. What's it gonna take to get through your head?
You're not fully evil. I still see good in you.
Then you are blind.
No, Watchman, come back.
I flew off and made my way back into the city, but before I could start looking for the next upgrade, a portal appeared before me. It was none other than the Titan Clockman.
Did you really think you could escape?
No more running. I have just what I need for the likes of you.
I look forward to seeing what you are speaking of. Bring it on.
This is where the fun begins. We then rushed at each other, and the fight ensued. On days 55 to 57, I was locked in combat with the Titan Clockman. We traded blow after blow, trying to get the upper hand on the other.
I think it's time to stop this cat and mouse game for good.
He tried to use his time-freezing abilities, but it didn't work. My magnet upgrade was zapping his power.
What? But my powers? How?
I have a magnet upgrade. Now let's see how strong you really are. We were now officially on an even playing field, bringing this fight to my favor. However, the Titan didn't give up easily, and we were both giving each hit all we had.
Your marathon of madness will end here.
But this wasn't enough. I was able to overpower the Titan. I struck him down with one final blow, defeating him once and for all. When he fell, he dropped another upgrade. Nice, just what I needed. When I grabbed the upgrade, I could feel my power grow. I was now bigger, I gained 5 more hearts, increased size, and I also had a new power. But something still felt off, and the voice from before started to ring through my head.
Wake up! You have to wake up!
Ugh, this voice won't leave me alone! I didn't have time to try and calm myself as the Executor Speaker Man arrived onto the scene.
You really are proving to be a problem. You defeated the Titan Clockman too.
And you're next! I'm getting that final upgrade, now! I lunged in, running towards the Titan to attack. But all of a sudden, I ran into a wall of bars. I was now trapped in a cage that was summoned by the Speaker Man. What is this? How did you capture me?
I thought you might pull something like this. Don't worry, I have plans for you.
He then zapped the cage with his power, causing my vision to blur as I passed out. I woke up inside of a prison for the days of 58 through 61. What is this place? Suddenly, a TV in the room turned on. The Executor was on the screen with a message for me.
Ah, so you're awake. Since you're clearly a loss, we're going to decommission you.
Why didn't you just fight me yourself, coward?
You have Astro Toilet tech in you. It could be useful to our cause. We're going to take that tech for ourselves. So long, Watchman of Doom.
The TV then powered off as fire started to ignite all around my cage. Things are starting to heat up. I used my powers to try and break the cage, but this was some extremely durable metal, and I couldn't break it. I couldn't even get a scratch in. Now this is really it, huh?
Not so fast.
Suddenly, Neo ran into the room. He found the control panel and flipped a switch, opening up the cage just in the nick of time. I stepped out and approached him, staying clear of the fire. How are you here? Never mind. You've cheated death before, but I think I'm actually kind of happy to see you.
Aw, there's that good I know you have in you.
Don't push it. The room started to heat up more as the flames continued to spread and grow wild.
We better not sit around and chat here. We gotta move.
You're right. Lead the way. We both rushed towards the exit, making our escape. We both made it out of the building for days 62 to 64, but as we were met with a fleet of drones and their weapons trained right on us. Looks like the security system kicked into gear.
Don't worry, I've got this.
Neo rushed over to a control panel next to the building and started to work his hacking magic. He was able to get into the security's mainframe, surpassing all of the passwords and security measures.
I'm in.
With one click of a button, all of the weapons started to explode one after another. Among the weapons, I spotted an out-of-place little creature who was caught in the explosions, blowing up as well. Did you see that? Rewatch the video at 0.25 speed and try to spot it. Soon, all of the weapons were destroyed, thanks to Neo's quick thinking. How did you do that?
I know Alliance tech like the back of my hand. This is easy.
Suddenly, the Executor Speakerman flew into the area, landing right in front of Neo.
So we had a mole amongst us the entire time.
Oh, hi, Executor, sir.
You dare betray the Alliance?
No, I want to bring the Watchman back to our side. He's a TV just like me and...
He's a lost cause. He's killed multiple of our strongest allies.
But he's still in there. I know it.
You're delusional. I'm going to do what we do to all traitors.
The Executor then started to attack Neo with a great blow. I ran in to intercept any more attacks, defending my ally. I was able to land a hit on the Speakerman, knocking him away from us. We have to go! Now!
Don't have to tell me twice, but first, I have a trick up my sleeve.
Neo then quickly hit another button on the control panel, spawning in new weapons that were now aiming at the Executor Speakerman.
What the?
The weapons started to attack him, giving us the opportunity to run while he was distracted.
You'll pay for this, traitor!
On days 65 to 67, Neo and I regrouped as far away from the Executor Speakerman as we could get in such a short amount of time. I don't say this often, but I think I owe you an apology. Thank you for saving me all this time.
Of course, I knew there was still some good in you.
Going on about this again? Why do you believe in me? Can't you see I'm evil now?
Well, you were built to be good, right? You need someone to believe in you to bring that back out. Besides, we have a lot more in common than you think.
What do you mean by that?
You're a TV just like me. We get each other.
I guess you're right.
I know I am. In fact, this might help you see the truth.
Neo then tossed over to me another remote, which I quickly picked up. What is this?
Something to help you unlock more of your TV potential. With this, you can truly see that we're allies in this.
Just then, projectiles started to rain above us. It was the Executor Speakerman, here for his revenge. We had been discovered, and we would have to act fast if we wanted to survive this encounter.
How many times do I have to tell you? You cannot escape me!
Then I'll just have to stop running.
I'm going to enjoy tearing you apart. I'll find a way to deal with that little TV traitor afterwards.
I braced myself as my enemy rushed in and attacked. On days 68 to 72, I was in a heated battle with the Executor. He used his scythe attacks and showed that he was a powerful adversary.
Look alive, kid! If you're not paying attention, it'll be over before you know it!
He was right. It wasn't just his strength, but his skills that set him apart from my other foes. I was taking significant amount of damage from him. I fought back with everything I had, trying to get the advantage and find his weakness, but it felt like it was no use. He was just too much of a tank.
Any last words, a Watchman of Doom?
I'm not just a Watchman. I'm a TV man. I then used the upgrade I got from Neo to give myself a brand new attack. I unleashed it onto the Speakerman, giving it all I had.
This power, it's amazing!
He was now caught off guard. It seemed as though I had turned the tables of this fight.
So the TV we built really is still in there. Perhaps if I can't defeat you, this will remind you of who you are.
I unleashed my new powers onto him, fully breaking through his defenses, taking him down for good. He just gave it to me? That doesn't make sense. Is this a trick?
I think the upgrade is going to show you the truth. Use it again.
I absorbed the remaining power from the upgrade, and I could feel myself growing stronger. I gained more hearts as I grew in size. Suddenly, images of my past started to flash through my head. These memories started to overwhelm me.
Forgive me. I have become your doom.
What was that? Was that me?
This isn't right. Wake up.
What is that? Ugh, quiet! I have my mission and I'm sticking to it!
Wake up. This isn't you.
No, stop it! Get out of my head! What is this? Is this my true self? I was now being pulled back into my mind once more, unable to fight my own consciousness. On days 73 to 75, I was back in the Nightmare Realm, and I was face to face with the corrupted version of myself. You again? What am I doing here?
The good inside you's trying to slip through. I think it's time that I put you to sleep for good.
Wait, are you gonna kill my TV side?
It's for the best. You're a member of the Astro Toilet Army now.
No, I won't let you! After everything Neo taught me, this is my power to use as I wish!
You don't have a choice in the matter.
My evil then launched an attack at me, starting the battle. I fired back with my own attack. It was like fighting against your own reflection. We traded blows over and over again, but it seemed like we were equally matched. Plus, we shared the same amount of persistence, neither of us letting up.
You belong to the Duchess Astro Titan. How dare you resist her orders?
I don't belong to anyone. This is my power to use as I please. My newfound strength from Neo's upgrade was giving me the upper hand. He was shocked, as well as badly wounded.
What? No, you can't defeat me. I am you. I'm you.
Think again, idiot. And with one last blow, I took down my evil self, taking control of my entire being once and for all. I then woke back up in the real world, stronger than I had ever been before. I finally understand. I was never meant to work for the Duchess Astro Titan, and now this power is mine to use as I please.
So, are you saying you'll rejoin the Alliance?
I want to, but it's been torn to shreds because of me. They'll never take me back.
Don't worry, I hope you get back in. I know just who to talk to.
I then followed Neo, ready to take on whatever the Alliance has in store for me. On days 76 to 79, Neo had finished leading me to the TV Alliance base. We stopped just outside. Are you sure I can be here? I'm nothing but a threat here.
Don't worry, I'll get you a meeting with our leader, no matter what.
Neo then walked me over to the new leader of the Alliance, who just so happened to be the TV woman herself.
The Watchman has found us? Everyone, prepare for battle! Wait, hear him out first. He's on our side.
What are you talking about? Don't tell me you're behind this, Neo!
Don't get mad at him. He's just trying to help me. But what he said is true. I've gained control of my power and I'm now back to my old self again.
How do we know this isn't a trick? You wiped out all our other Titans!
Let me prove it to you. I'll do anything.
Anything, Fine. I'll give you a mission, and if you complete it, I'll let you back into the Alliance.
She then handed me a map to the Astro Toilet's base of operations. Thank you for trusting me with this.
First, finish this mission, then you will gain my trust. That's the highest security Astro Toilet base out there. I need you to break in and steal the Astro Core. With its power, I might be able to repair our Titans.
It won't be easy, even for me. The Duchess never told me about this place.
Without the core, you're not welcome here. Get out of my sight.
I was now forced to leave the Alliance base. I had no choice but to go through with this mission they were assigning me. I needed them on my side if I wanted to defeat my old mistress. Let's see what this base is all about. I arrived at the location on the map on days 80 through 83. There, I found that the base was blocked up by a few of the Astro Toilet guards. Of course it would be guarded. Maybe I can sneak my way in? I started to look around stealthily by flying into the sky, hoping to find a back entrance. And I was in luck, as there was one. Nice! I landed and approached the door, but as I was about to get inside, a guard walked out and spotted me.
Watchman, what are you doing here?
The Duchess sent me here. I need to get inside.
But the Duchess told us not even you are allowed to come here.
Well, her orders changed.
I didn't understand. I should have been notified.
You're being notified now.
And why are you coming through the back door?
What are you talking about? This is the front door. Have you been guarding the wrong door?
Of course not. Yeah, you're right, sir. This is the front door. I was just testing you. I definitely haven't been guarding the wrong door this entire time.
Testing me? Do you want me to bring the Duchess here to investigate your performance? I'm sure she's dying to try her new lasers on someone.
That won't be necessary. Welcome to our new base, sir. It's fully operational now.
Finally, some respect. The guard then stood aside as I entered the base, careful not to make the wrong move and blow my cover. Inside, I found numerous artifacts and technological machines. There were loads of different things to sift through, but luckily I spotted the item the TV woman sent me to retrieve. This must be the Astro Core. I just need to take it and get out of here. I grabbed it, but right after, a speaker went off, ringing overhead.
Unauthorized contact with Astrotech. Initiating lockdown.
The building went on lockdown, and the doors were sealed shut with some kind of barricade. I was now sealed inside. For days 84 to 86, I was now trapped inside of the Astro Toilet's base. I was unsure when or if any reinforcements would arrive to get me out of this place. I tried to break out firing at the exits, but this place was sealed shut, and my powers couldn't break the doors. I can't be here when the Duchess arrives. I have to find another way out. I then spotted a control panel in the room. This could be my ticket out of here. I started to press some buttons, trying to learn how it worked, but I just made things worse.
To override the security protocol, you must answer 3 security questions. Failure to do so will result in immediate termination.
Weapons then spread out of the ground all around me. I realized this was more dire of a situation than I thought, as all of the weapons were pointed at me. I had no other choice though. I had to play along if I wanted to survive. Alright, let's do this.
Question 1. Who is the leader of the Alliance?
I was about to name one of the Titans, but then I remembered something important. You thought you could trick me with that one. Since I defeated all the Titans, the TV woman is now the leader of the Alliance.
Correct. Question 2. How did you defeat the Guitar Speaker Man?
Let me think. I thought back to my interaction with the Guitar Speaker Man. I examined the wires more closely and saw that the green wires seemed to be the source of the power, while the others would lead to certain doom.
What the? Hey, get away from there!
Uh-oh, he's coming! Let's hope this works! I then cut the green wire, and luckily all the players shut down, causing the Titan Speaker Man to be weakened.
Speakers or not, I'll take you down!
The Titan flew down towards me, and we resumed our fight. But thanks to my efforts, he was much weaker than before. I managed to get the upper hand, striking him down once and for all in the name of the Astro Toilets. That's it! I destroyed the speakers he used as a source of power, weakening him enough for me to land the final blow.
Correct. Question 3. What is your favorite color?
Don't you mean your favorite color?
No.
Okay, orange. My favorite color is orange.
Correct. Question 4. Sing the Astro Toilet Anthem.
What? That's not even a question! Besides, we don't have an anthem. We're not like Skibidis.
Incorrect. The Duchess has been working on something super cool. Weapons initiating.
Before the weapon could start their attack, I thought fast and fired my own attacks at the security systems, destroying it and disabling the weapons. Just like that, the exit also revealed itself to me. I guess that worked. I better move before it's too late. I made my escape with the Astro Core in hand, but when I made it back outside, I was confronted by the Duchess Astro Toilet who was there to investigate the situation. I wasn't fast enough, and I was now caught. On days 87 to 89, I was face to face with the Duchess Astro Toilet, and I had to think of an excuse for being here quickly.
What do you think you're doing here? And with that core, no less.
I realized something I could use it for to stop the Alliance. It'll really show him.
Please, I can see right through you. Your corruption has been weakened.
No, I'm still loyal to you and the Astro Toilets.
If you really are, then you'd let me reinforce your corruption. Come here.
The Duchess then used her laser attack to try and corrupt me, but I was able to use my shields to protect myself from its effects.
See? The truth comes out.
I remembered who I really am. I can't fight with monsters like you anymore.
If you don't rejoin us, then you're against us. I'll send every last Astro Toilet after you to tear you limb from limb.
So be it.
Then you're officially a traitor.
She then attempted to attack me again, but I dodged using my expert reflexes. I then saw an explosive in the toilet next to me and got an idea. Looks like someone left a massive deuce here. Time to use it to my advantage. I got in front of it and waited for the Duchess to attack again. Is that the best you got?
Now you're really in trouble, boy.
She took flight and tried to charge into me, but instead rammed into the toilet, setting off the explosives. My plan gave me enough time to fly away and hide.
Where did he go? You there! Find him now!
Yes, ma'am. Right away, ma'am.
On days 90 to 92, I returned to the TV Alliance outpost where I spotted the TV woman standing next to the bodies of the deceased Titans.
You're just in time. You have the core?
I got it right here. I tossed it over to her and she grabbed it.
Have to say I'm impressed. Maybe you really did turn over a new leaf.
Of course I have. I'll do anything to right the wrongs I've made.
Well, you kept your side of the deal, so I'll keep mine. Welcome back to the Alliance. Now, let's hope this core is really as strong as they say.
Using the core with her tech, she managed to reanimate the bodies of each of the Titans, and soon enough, they were revived one by one. The Speakerman, Clockman, Executor, and Cameraman were all returned to the original state and glowing with life.
Oh, my head. What happened?
Everyone, stay alert. The Watchman is here.
Whoa, wait. I'm on your side now. The heavy hitters of the Alliance all stood down as I explained the situation.
So you see, he's conquered the evil that resides within him.
Really?
It sounds to me like he's changed. Executor?
I don't know. Astro Tech does something to your mind. I deal with it every day. You can never truly escape such corruption.
Okay, but it was thanks to him you all were brought back to life.
The TV woman is right. And besides, he's our best bet at defeating the Astro Toilets now. We should take his help.
Fine, but know that I'm watching you.
Thank you for the second chance. I won't let you guys down. Over the course of days 93 through 95, I prepared for the final battle. But all the while, I noticed other Alliance members staring me down.
Isn't that the monster who killed our Titans?
I can't believe they let him back into the Alliance. What is the TV woman thinking?
Just then, Neo arrived to back me up.
Hey, the Watchman has turned over a new leaf. You leave him alone.
That's easy for you to say, Shorty. You've always been on his side.
Because there's good in him. I've always seen it, and thanks to him, we're going to win this war.
Perhaps he's right.
You actually believe him? I'm gonna give this squirt a piece of my mind.
The TV man strode towards Neo, but I put myself between them. If you have something to say it to me.
Watchman!
You're bad news. Why should we work with you?
Look, I'm sorry. I know the damage I've done to the Alliance is immeasurable, but I'm here to finally right my past wrongs.
Sure.
The Astro Toilets took over my mind and made me do things I hated. But now I'm in control of my own power, and I'm gonna use it for good.
Maybe I misjudged you. Fine. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry to you too, Neo.
The group of Alliance members that were already gathered around us began to listen in.
Let's defeat the Astro Toilets together!
As the crowd cheered us on, Neo caught my attention.
Hey, can we talk in private? I have something important to tell you.
Yeah, sure. Lead the way. Between days 96 and 98, Neo and I found a secluded spot to chat.
Thank you for standing up for me back there.
You're thanking me? After everything you've done, I should be the one thanking you.
I just supported you so you might remember who you really are.
But you saw how the others reacted. It's hard to support someone who's done so many terrible things.
That's true. However, I'm really grateful you were finally able to come around.
Aren't you all scared that the Executor Speaker Man is right? I mean, what if I do turn back to my evil ways?
Actually, that's precisely why I wanted to speak with you.
Neo handed me some kind of remote. What's this for?
It's a TV remote, Max. It's capable of resetting your body completely. With this, you'll be able to be purged of all your Astro Toilet tech and corruption. But it's a full restart. You'll lose all of your memories and all of your powers.
What? Are you crazy? There's no way I can use this. We need my powers to stop the Astro Toilets.
I know, but keep it with you. It can be used in case of an emergency.
You're right, but hopefully it doesn't come to that. Suddenly, the ground began to tremble, and we heard the sound of Astro Toilets fast approaching.
They're here. You need to get to the Duchess. Go to her base and finish this.
Thanks for everything. I won't let you guys down. And so I took to the skies and headed off to slay the Duchess Astro Titan once and for all. I flew towards the Duchess's base for most of day 99. But as I did that, I spotted something strange out of the corner of my eye. Did you find all the SpongeBob and Patrick Easter eggs hidden in the video? Rewatch the video and let me know down in the comments where you saw them.
Hey, yours over there. Who he's talking to?
Huh? Oh, no one. What's up?
You're looking pretty hungry over there.
Do I? I guess I'm feeling a bit peckish.
Then could I possibly interest you in a fresh hot dog?
Oh, that'd be great.
Perfect. Then you can help me get my ingredients back.
You want me to what?
Some dumb toilet came by and yoinked all my stock. I'll make you the best hot dog in the country if you get my stuff back.
I'm in a bit of a hurry, though.
Oh, by the way, my other customers have said that my dogs make them feel way stronger.
Well, that might actually be worth my time then. All right, I'll help.
Perfect. I saw the thief run that away. Go take care of him for me, will you?
Will do. I ran in the direction the sailor pointed me and eventually found a trail of bread on the ground. I bet this leads to the culprit. The bread trail went straight into a nearby building where I could hear munching noises. Gotcha! Peeking inside, I found the toilet that had taken the hot dog guy's supply. Hey, give me those ingredients! I rushed forward at the toilet, but he darted to a nearby door and slammed it shut. When I opened it, he was nowhere in sight. What the? Where'd he go? I heard another door open behind me and turned to see him running again. I tried to stop him, but he entered another door and disappeared yet again. Ugh, I don't have time for this! I'd had enough and used my powers to destroy all the rooms, finally revealing the culprit. I managed to kill him in one hit and he dropped the stolen items. Finally, I hope this was worth it. I returned to the hot dog guy and handed him his supplies. Here's your stuff, hot dog guy.
You actually did it! About time that weird toilet got what was coming to her. Here, take this as your reward.
The seller handed me a fresh hot dog and I ate it right away. Next thing I knew, I was feeling stronger than ever. Whoa, you weren't lying about your dogs.
I never lie about my dogs, swear on my mother. Anyway, thanks again. See you later, pal.
I said my goodbyes and finally made my way to continue my main quest. Shortly after, I arrived to find the Duchess Astro Titan waiting for me at her base.
Well, well, well. If it isn't the traitor, come to beg for forgiveness.
As if. I'm here to end you once and for all.
That's a lot of talk for someone who's using Astro Toilet tech. Face it, you can never defeat us without it.
The tech doesn't matter where it's from. It matters who wields it.
You know, I once hoped that we would be allies. You were so close to becoming our finest weapon yet. But you're a failure now.
Failure? The only mistake I've ever made was allowing you to corrupt me.
And that corruption will live on forever.
No, I've overcome it.
My, how confident you are. Let's see how it holds up in battle. Prepare to die.
The Duchess charged in after me and I readied myself for the final fight. On day 100, I was clashing in the sky with the Duchess in an epic battle. She used her Astro Toilet attacks on me to set the pace of the fight. I fought back with my Watchman attacks, but she was a fierce opponent. She flew through the sky, blasting into me for massive damage, and I couldn't keep up. She was overwhelming me with her aerial maneuvers, and I had to switch up my game plan if I wanted to win.
There's no denying how strong you've grown, but no amount of polish can ever make you shine, Watchman! You won't be enough to stop me!
The Duchess continued her relentless assault, sending me to the ground. Any attack that might have dealt good damage to her was blocked by that pesky shield. I was able to neutralize many of her attacks with my shield, but it was clear this would draw out into a stalemate if I didn't change up my approach. I need to disable her Astrotech. I got the jump on her and threw my Watchman blades into the exoskeleton holding her weapon systems. My attack landed for a critical hit, but the Duchess still clung to life. You aren't dead?
You will never truly escape the darkness inside of you. I will make sure of it.
With her final ounce of strength, she struck me with an Astro attack and died. And although the Duchess was defeated, I could feel myself beginning to lose control. No, the corruption! It's taking over again! I tried to fight back against it, but it was no use. At this rate, I was gonna become the new villain. I'm sorry, Neo. I couldn't. But then I remembered the remote Neo gave me. I then tossed the remote onto the ground to contemplate my next decision. It's dangerous, but I have to use it. It's the only way I can protect the Alliance from myself. I used Neo's device, causing me to teleport out of the area. On day 1, I spawned in as a TV man during an all-out war with the Skibidi Toilet forces. We fended for our lives until suddenly, the Titan Skibidi Toilet led a massive army of all kinds of Skibidi Toilets into the battlefield.
Go forward, my men. We already captured the cameras and speakers. Next, we destroy the TVs.
Tank Skibidi Toilet reinforcements flooded the area and began to level everything with their powerful artillery. Between them and the Titan Skibidi's weapons, my TV men allies fell left and right to their might. We can't keep up much longer! Just as all hope is lost, the TV woman stepped forward.
Bring in the Cinema Man!
Our all-powerful Cinema Man touched down and marched towards the toilet's leader. Their haunting song filled the battlefield as the two Titans fought for victory in this war. Cinema Man began striking the Titan toilet with punches, but didn't seem to affect him. He tried using his TV screech to disorient the toilet, but the Titan countered back with his hammer-like fist, sending the Cinema Man flying backwards. The two continued to fight it out, using their hulking strength to beat each other with immense power. The Skibidi Titan used his massive hand cannon to shoot lasers at our TV-screened ally. The Cinema Man seemed defenseless as the toilet went airborne, striking him from above. To our surprise, the Titan Skibidi Toilet got the upper hand, and with one final blow, he annihilated the Cinema Man.
Everyone, retreat!
On day 2, the TV forces were running for their lives as the tank Skibidi Toilets closed in. They were lurking around every corner, ready to level my allies. I turned around and took out my plunger, preparing for battle. I have to buy my friend some time. Using my TV man training, I fought back the tank Skibidi Toilets with my plunger. They were unlike any toilet I had faced thus far, and their numbers were crushing for me alone. As my brothers ran in fear, I took out as many tanks as I could. My swift and nimble movements were too quick for the tanks, but their heavy-plated exteriors weren't the easiest to pierce through. More arrived into battle, making this fight impossible to win. I was beginning to feel overwhelmed, but I had to keep fighting. One of the toilets landed a heavy blow, causing me to drop my plunger, and one of the tanks ran over it. Oh no, I'm unarmed! I knew without a weapon, I would die in seconds. I ran for my life, and the Skibidi tanks followed after me. To my dismay, I found myself cornered by the tanks. My heart sunk. I knew this was the end.
Incoming!
Just then, the TV woman's head flew in to save me. She came soaring through the air and descended upon the Skibidi tanks. She used her screen to project a swirling pattern of hypnotic stars. The tanks were completely disoriented and hurt themselves in their confusion. While the tanks were confused, she switched a channel and doused them with fire while strafing over them. The smoldering tanks retaliated by launching explosives into the air, but the TV woman's head was a small and swift target, making her very difficult for them to hit.
Find a place to hide.
Roger that! I took my orders and ran into a nearby building for cover. I tried to catch my breath, but the wall exploded, revealing the Skull Skibidi Toilet.
You can't hide from me!
The skull vomited green deadly poison onto the area, and I ran for my life. On day 3, I was being pursued through the city by the Skull Skibidi Toilet.
Onward, my men! Capture that TV!
I turned a corner and was ambushed by a swarm of Skull Skibidi goons. They unleashed dark magic on me, causing a curse of the Titan Skibidi to be placed in my inventory. Get away from me! I smacked the goons away and kept up the chase, but I quickly realized something was terribly wrong. Every turn I made, Skull Skibidi goons were now waiting for me. Is the curse giving away my location? I was running out of places to go when I spotted a ladder. I scaled at the higher ground, hoping to gain some space between myself and the enemy. Unfortunately for me, Skull Skibidi helicopters flew overhead to attack from above. They showered me in bombs, and I braced myself as the floor exploded all around me and I plummeted into the building below. On days 4 through 5, I woke up from the fall and realized I was in some sort of arsenal. The walls around me are lined with plunger weapons. The Skull Skibidi goons rushed in after me, but I knew what I needed to do. No more running! I grabbed 2 plungers from the wall and prepared myself for battle. My muscle memory as a TV man kicked in, and I began to fight my way through the horde of Skull Skibidi goons with style. The toilet swarmed down on me with increasing numbers, but I wasn't going down without a fight. I struck my opponents with a 1-2 plunger combo, dealing loads of damage to a handful of them. They tried using their overwhelming amount of goons to their advantage, but I was able to dodge quickly and avoid being totally surrounded. The skeleton toilet shot bone projectiles from afar, grazing me as I rolled out of the way. One by one, I was slimming down the herd, but more kept coming. My skills with the plunger were too much for them to handle, and I took out most of the flying fiends without a sweat. You guys are making this too easy now! I was holding my own until the Skull Skibidi Toilet arrived. He unleashed a wave of green toxic sludge onto me, and I was unable to dodge it in time. I was poisoned by the Skull Skibidi, and my hearts were dropping quickly. I couldn't waste any more time here. If I can't find the antidote fast, I'll be finished! On days 6 through 7, I was fleeing through the city as my health gradually dropped bit by bit. This poison is already getting to me! As I fled, I noticed a hospital in the distance. The only problem was it was festering with Skibidi toilets. The antidote I need must be in there. I'll have to sneak in. I crouched down and carefully stealthed my way towards the entrance. I used whatever cover I could find and slipped through the doorway. Once I was inside, I began to check room by room to find the cure. However, as I opened the door to one of them, I spotted a Skibidi toilet waiting inside. I quickly shut the door and ducked behind the wall. Luckily, it seemed like he didn't notice me. This place is dangerous. The sooner I find the antidote, the better. I continued deeper into the hospital until I finally found the lab. There, I spotted the cure waiting for me on a table. There it is! I rushed into the room to grab it, but to my horror, the place flooded with Skibidi Toilet goons. It was a trap!
Did you forget about your little curse? Get him, boys!
On days 8 through 9, I was being swarmed by Skibidi guards as poison was slowly eating away at my health. I took out my plungers and tried to defend myself. However, with the poison, I felt too weak. I wasn't gonna win this battle. I had to turn the tides. I made a run for the antidote, but before I could grab it, a saw blade Skibidi Toilet dropped down and took it first. Give that to me! The saw blade took to the skies, and the toilet minions started attacking me. While I fought the herd, the saw blade was flying back and forth, swooping down every time at me, trying to pierce me with his huge sharp blade. This battle was difficult, having to fight the goons and evading his blade, but to my surprise, I was able to defeat the minions, leaving me one-on-one with the saw blade. I tried to get in close, but it was too risky because of his giant blade. If I tried close quarters combat, I would surely be shredded to bits. I have to think of something quick or else I'm finished! I ran around the room looking for anything useful until I found a switch that controlled high-powered doors. I have an idea! Hey Ugly, come and get me! The saw blade Skibidi flew down in my direction, and as he swooped in, I flipped the switches, closing the doors onto him, crushing his toilet body. It worked! I reopened the doors and revealed the poison cure on the other side. I chugged the potion, curing my poison and healing me back to full health. I had no time to rest, as another horde of goons stormed the room. I continued to fight them with my restored strength. Unfortunately for me, for every goon I took down, more and more would keep coming. I gotta make a break for it! I bolted into the next room and closed the doors shut as the Skibidi Toilets tried to bust it down from the other side. I don't know how long this will hold! Just then, the TV woman appeared.
Reinforcements, charge!
On days 10 through 11, the room filled with TV men to aid me in battle.
Open the doors.
I flipped the switches and moved out of the way, causing the Skibidi Toilets to rush inside. It was an all-out war with the TVs against the toilets. Together, we all stormed the Skibidi Goons and fought for our lives. The Skibidi army's numbers rivaled ours, but the TV men stood strong. Using their high-tech weapons that were built to break porcelain, the TV men started to do massive damage to the toilets. Armed with high-grade plungers, the TV men were able to quickly and efficiently deal with any toilets that got too close. It still wasn't an easy fight, as one hit from a Skibidi headbutt could heavily injure even the strongest TV men. The TV army had to fight carefully and precisely to survive, but it was starting to look like we were going to win. Things were finally going my way until the Skull Skibidi Toilet dropped down from the ceiling. He had found me.
You cannot escape your curse. Die!
The Skull Skibidi Toilet vomited onto the battlefield, poisoning all of my TV allies. No! Men were dropping all around us like flies as they succumbed to the effects of the Skull Skibidi's deadly attack. The TV woman detached her head and quickly sprang into action.
There should be more of the cure around here somewhere. Hurry!
She flew off to distract the Skull Skibidi. I better act fast! On days 12 through 14, I ran deeper into the lab and discovered a vault lined with the antidote bottles I was seeking. Here they are! I began to grab as many as I could carry when suddenly the Skull Skibidi Toilet made his way inside. How did you get past the TV woman?
She eventually succumbed to my poison. Now it's time I eliminate all of you.
I unsheathed both my plungers and rushed towards the terrifying skeleton Skibidi. I was gonna flush this undead freak if it was the last thing I did. His poisonous vomit covered the floors and made the terrain incredibly difficult to navigate. With my movement slowed, he smashed my body with a devastating headbutt. I retaliated with a swirling flurry of plungers. Despite my efforts, the Skull Skibidi was far too strong for me to defeat. He wouldn't go down, and he was wasting my time. I need to get to my men before they die! I pushed past him and rushed to my ally's side. I made it to the room and threw the antidote to all of my allies, curing them from the negative effects of the potion. Onward, friends! As my foe entered the room, everyone charged in together and began to duke it out with the Skull Skibidi Toilet. With our forces now fully recharged and cured, we were able to stand a chance against the monster. The Skibidi's strength still managed to take down a majority of the plunger forces, but the ranged attackers kept the beast at bay. His vomit was not as effective to my army due to the antidote we acquired, but he wasn't going to give up that easily. The TV woman rejoined the fight and blasted her hypnotic rays and flame power in his direction, causing him to be weakened even further. We managed to push the skull into a corner, letting the rest of our forces beat him into submission. With the help of my fellow TV men, the Skull Toilet was defeated. Upon his death, he dropped a strange upgrade. What's this? I picked up the upgrade and my body began to transform. My legs grew taller and I spread multiple screens from my shoulders. I was now a large TV man with 15 hearts. Suddenly, tank toilet reinforcements arrived to stop us. On days 15 through 17, my allies and I were being chased by a horde of tanks. Stay back! I tried to use my fire channel on them, but their armor protected them from the flames. I kept moving until I heard someone calling out to me.
Hey you! Over here!
I looked up towards the source of the voice and saw a cameraman calling for me.
Climb up the ladder and I'll meet you on top! Hurry!
Following the cameraman's instructions, I led my allies into the hiding spot beside him. Luckily, the tanks didn't see us and rolled right by. What's going on? Where are all the other cameras?
My name is Cameron.
I'm the last of my kind. Everyone else has been imprisoned on a remote island.
I can help you free them if you're willing to join our cause against the toilets.
You got yourself a deal.
Just then, helicopter Skibidi Toilets flew overhead and found us.
Go with the cameraman, Max. Our forces will regroup together later.
And so, we went our separate ways. On days 18 through 20, I followed Cameron to a massive docked ship. Looking more closely, we saw there was a line of toilets boarding into it.
If we want to get on the island, we'll have to stow away on that Skibidi Toilet ship.
Guess we'll have to stealth our way through this one. Stealth mode, activate! Cameron and I found an alternate route and hopped on board without anyone seeing. We were sneaking down the hall when we suddenly heard a toilet approaching us. Quickly, we ducked into a nearby room. Frantically, I looked for a place to hide before deciding to camouflage as one of the TVs in the room. This had better work! The toilet entered the room and got very close to me, eyeing me up and down.
That's a weird looking TV. What is this? One of them newfangled IMAXs?
Yes, actually. I am Max. Huh? Boom! I turned on my fire channel and burnt the Skibidi Toilet to a crisp. That was a close one. Come on, let's keep moving. Cameron and I continued along the ship's interior until we had reached the very bottom. Right as we got there, the ship lurched, letting us know it had set sail.
Great work, now we just wait.
Suddenly, we heard the faint sound of Skibidi music playing.
You hear that too, or am I already developing ocean madness?
Just then, a horde of mini toilet spiders came crawling after us. Worse! This place is infested! On days 21 through 23, Cameron and I were being ambushed by a horde of mini toilet spiders.
We have to kill them all before they blow our cover!
I began swinging my plunger furiously, each swipe sending multiple tiny toilet spiders flying back, but they were relentless. I was quickly overwhelmed by their immense numbers. I saw Cameron holding his own against the horde, using his dual plungers to maximum effect. Despite their numbers, I was taking little damage thanks to my large TV man form. I used my height to my advantage and stepped over them, dodging a few of their attacks as I moved. I changed tactics and lit up my screen, setting numerous enemies on fire. The screen attack had taken care of most of them, and I was confident we were going to win the battle. My optimism was cut short, however, as I saw a fresh wave of tiny spider toilets running in. Having been deeper in the storage rooms, there were just too many, and their attacks began getting through my armor, causing damage. During the chaos of the battle, I looked up and realized I had been separated from Cameron. I tried using my fire again, but there were just so many I couldn't take them all out at once. Cameron was forced to retreat to safety by jumping on some boxes, barely holding on against the relentless horde. I attempted to lure the tiny spider toilets away as best as I could. A few swipes of my plunger caused many of them to turn to me, and I led them away before setting them ablaze. Eventually, I was able to defeat them all and ran back to save Cameron. With a few more fiery blasts, I finally defeated the last of the remaining Skibidi spiders. Just as I thought we had taken care of them all, one ran right by us. No! It'll alert the others! Luckily, just as it was about to reach the exit, Cameron ran over and stomped on it before it could escape. That was a close one. Thanks, buddy.
Of course! No one can know we're on this ship or we're goners for sure.
Suddenly, the alarm started going off.
Curse detected. Curse detected. Intruder on board.
Oh no! A bunch of Skibidi Toilets barged into the room.
Well, we're goners.
Not if I have something to say about it. Come on! Cameron followed me as we made a run for it out of the room. On days 24 through 26, Cameron and I escaped onto the main deck. Outside, the clouds were dark and rain was falling down heavily on top of us. The sea stretched out endlessly in every direction. Before we could get very far, Skibidi Toilets surrounded the two of us on all sides. We were trapped.
All right, Max, are we goners now?
No! It looks like there's no way out of this one. We're gonna have to fight him. Cameron dual-wielded his plungers and began swinging, striking multiple opponents at a time. The toilets, sensing our aggression, rushed forward to match our ferocity. I followed Cameron's lead, attacking the group of Skibidi Toilets with my plunger. Each blow connected, landing with a satisfying thud as I moved on from one target to the next. I continued maneuvering around, dodging the attacks as best as I could before finally managing to get a group of enemies in front of me before using my flame attack. They didn't stand a chance against my attacks, and as the fire cleared, I saw more Skibidi Toilets running up to join the fight. Luckily, Cameron took initiative and rushed forward to start dealing with the Skibidi Toilets who were emerging from below the decks. With the reinforcements being dealt with, I brought my attention back to those who remained on the deck with me. I unleashed some sweeping attacks, knocking the Skibidi Toilets off the deck and into the ocean, gaining some breathing room. The battle raged on, and despite our best efforts, their numbers were too overwhelming. The whole ship was full of them, and no matter how many we beat, more just kept coming. There was no way we could win against these seemingly unending waves of enemies. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning struck the ship, lighting the deck on fire. Despite the rain, the embers spread quickly, and soon the ship was engulfed in flame.
This place is going down. Abandoned ship.
Toilets were running around like crazy and jumping overboard left and right. It was chaos. In all of the commotion, I lost sight of Cameron and couldn't find him anywhere. Cameron? Cameron! Where'd you go? As I looked for my friend, lightning struck once more, this time hitting me. I got knocked out and everything went black. On days 27 through 29, I suddenly awoke and found myself on a beach shore. The ship and Skibidi Toilets were nowhere to be seen, and my head was pounding. Where am I? I took a look around and realized I'd washed up on the remote island where the prison was located. Ugh, my circuits feel fried. At least I made it here. Better start the rescue mission. I headed towards the prison, but as I approached, I saw the place was crawling with toilet guards. There wasn't any way I'd be able to search inside and look around without being seen. Looks like I'm gonna have to be extra careful to not get caught. Stealth mode activated! I approached the prison cautiously and tried to sneak my way in, but the guards immediately turned towards me.
I knew I sensed a curse! Get him!
Stealth mode? How could you betray me this way? The toilets attacked me all at once. They descended upon me in seconds. I began a flurry of punches, attacking as they approached. As the horde got closer, I unleashed a fire attack, thinning out their numbers. I tried to run away from a building, but there were even more toilets waiting for me. Despite my upgrades, they were doing a lot of damage, and I knew I was in trouble. There were so many surrounding me, it seemed hopeless. My attempts to defend myself led to the fight spilling out into the yard. I continued my slugfest, punching left and right in an attempt to keep them at bay. Seemingly out of nowhere, Skibidi helicopters assaulted me, swooping down from the sky. I let loose another blast of fire in an attempt to get the upper hand, but there were just too many. I made a break for some higher ground to gain an advantage. But the Skibidi helicopters could pursue me no matter where I went. I managed to escape the yard. Running as best I could, my attempt to escape led me to a dead end. With my back to the wall, I didn't have any choice. I had fought them off for as long as I could, but no matter how hard I tried to fend for myself, I just couldn't keep up with them. Eventually, they overwhelmed me and I had to submit. I was taken prisoner by the toilets. On days 30 through 32, I was in a cell with a group of other cameramen. I searched through them and discovered Cameron was in the cell with me. I knew that face anywhere. Cameron, you got captured too?
Yep. I'm glad to see you're okay, but we need to get out of here before the Titan Skibidi arrives.
Say no more. I'll have us out of here in no time. I did everything I could to break open the cell, but it wouldn't budge. I needed to think of another plan. Wait, I have an idea! I had noticed that a guard had a patrol that went right past our cage. I waited until the guard walked by again, and as he did, I burned him through the bars with my firepower. He dropped his key and I grabbed it.
Great job, Max!
I used the key to open the door, but as soon as it swung open, the alarms went off. Uh-oh, here we go again! Guards began swarming into the area. I prepared myself to take them all on, but the other cameramen stepped into help.
Don't worry, we've got your back. Let's do this.
My allies joined me outside of the cell, and we began a brutal assault for our freedom. Cameraman clashed with Skibidi Toilet, fist against porcelain. Cameron focused on keeping my sides clear as I pushed forward and caused the toilets to fall back slightly. All of our forces spilled out of the cell, but unfortunately, more and more toilet guards joined the fray. The battle raged on as both sides fought viciously, and the fight moved into the cafeteria. I was leading the charge as my allies clashed with the enemies around me. The toilet forces had reinforcements waiting for us, however, and we were ambushed by spider Skibidi Toilets. They weren't the mini ones either. They were full-size spider toilets, deadly strong and crazy fast. With their renewed numbers, our forces stalled out and our momentum was stopped. We all fought hard, but they just kept coming and coming.
We need the Titan Cameraman if we're gonna stand a chance! Go, save him!
You're right. Hold them off here and buy me some time. I'll be back. Leaving behind my allies to fight, I press onwards to find the Titan Cameraman. On days 33 through 35, I found the maximum security cell where the Titan Cameraman was being held, but he wasn't alone. A powerful-looking Battle Skibidi Toilet was speaking with him. I wanted to help the Titan Cameraman, but the Battle Skibidi could have important information, so I snuck in close to hear their conversation.
Well. Looks like we finally captured the almighty Cameraman Titan. Yeah, took you long enough, Simon. I told you I'd get you eventually, didn't I, Bradley?
Whoa, sounds like these guys have some sort of history together.
You don't scare me, you big dirty toilets. Cameron will find someone to help me. Oh yeah? Like who?
like me! I ambushed the battle Skibidi from behind, and our fight began. I started by swinging my plunger wildly at him, but he seemed to be resistant to these attacks, so I quickly switched to my fire channel, attempting to burn him to a crisp. He quickly retaliated with fire of his own, and pretty soon the whole place was up in flames. Before I could land a hit, he launched up into the air and started raining down fire on me from out of reach. I needed to get out of the way quickly, so I jumped down below, but he quickly flew down to follow me and began raining rockets down upon me. He flew around me in the air, and I couldn't hit him with anything. I thought I was done for, until he swooped down close to me and I was able to blast him with my fire channel, knocking him out of the sky. I thought I'd have the upper hand now, but even while he was on the ground with me, he was about to blast me to pieces with his rockets. I did my best to dodge the blast, but there was still fire everywhere and I couldn't avoid it much longer. I don't think I'm gonna make it! On days 36 through 38, I was on the ropes, and I would need a new plan if I was gonna turn the tide of this battle. Just then, I spotted a button near the cage of the Titan Cameraman. I ran over and pressed it, freeing him from his cage.
Hey Max, catch!
He tossed me a massive, powerful-looking hammer, and when I picked it up, I started to transform. I grew into a massive Titan TV man. All my health regenerated, and I had 5 more hearts. I also had a new channel power. I could shoot ice out of my screen to freeze my foes.
Max, distract him. I have a plan.
Alright, time to kick some butt! The battle Skibidi flew up immediately and began raining missiles down on me in a feeble attempt to attack. I sent shockwaves flying forward with each strike, ensuring I hit the battle Skibidi no matter what. The battle Skibidi flew around, dodging as best as he could, shooting missiles back at me whenever he had the chance. I weaved between the shots easily, and I finally saw my chance, letting loose and punching him with my new ice channel attack. I froze him in place, making him an easy target. I blasted him with fire, hurting him immensely, but releasing him as the ice melted. He attempted to flee, zooming to the top of the room, trying to escape my attacks, but I followed him quickly. We engaged in a slugfest, duking it out as we exchanged fire powers. He was no match for me, however, and I swatted him out of the air like a fly. I dropped down to the floor and we continued our fight, maneuvering through the flaming battlefield. I smacked him around, switching from my plunger to hammer, battering him with every attack. The battle Skibidi was no match for me, and I beat him with one last hammer attack, sending him flying across the room defeated. Just as the battle Skibidi Toilet fell, the Titan Cameraman yelled over to me.
I'm finally all charged up. It's time to free my people.
With that, the Titan Cameraman blasted apart the prison, reducing it to rubble. We flew out of the hole he created to find all of the cameramen waiting outside in the prison yard. Unfortunately, our celebration was cut short when I spotted the Titan Skibidi Toilet approaching quickly from above. I'll buy you guys some time. Run! On days 39 through 41, I intercepted the Titan Skibidi Toilet to try to give my allies some time to escape.
Do you really think that little upgrade will be enough to stop me?
Let's find out! I shot into the sky and we began our brawl, trading powerful blows. After just a few hits though, I was knocked to the ground. I attacked ferociously with my hammer, landing hit after hit, and even blasting him with the shockwaves. I knew I was doing damage to him, but not nearly enough. I wasn't sure what I could do. I ran, trying to gain some distance from him, but there wasn't anywhere I could hide on such a small island. No matter where I went, he quickly caught up to me, punishing me for trying to escape with more attacks. I attempted to defend myself, but he quickly cornered me on the beach and fought ruthlessly. The massive toilet was right. He was too strong for me even in my new form. My health was getting really low, and I feared it might be the end.
Any last words?
Before I could speak, a massive sonic boom blasted the Titan Skibidi out of the sky. I looked in the direction of the blast to see the Titan Speaker Man.
Come with me, now!
I immediately followed after him, before the Titan Skibidi could catch up to me. On days 42 through 44, I followed the Titan Speakerman all the way to the Speakerman's base. I arrived to find groups of Speakermen who were amassing a Speakerman army while staying hidden from the Skibidi forces.
Okay now, can you explain to me what you were doing back there?
I explained to him how I was on a mission to take out the Titan Skibidi Toilet. It then proceeded to ask him if they would be willing to join the cause.
An enemy of the toilets is a friend of ours. You got yourself a deal, buddy.
Suddenly, a Speakerman ran up to us in a panic.
Sir, they found us!
Before we had a chance to react, a horde of Skibidi Toilets flooded into the base and started killing speakers left and right.
Thanks to that TV man's curse, we were finally able to find the Speaker Man. The Titan will be so pleased.
What? You brought them here? You're a traitor!
No! Please! I can explain! Completely blind to the chaos around him, the Titan Speakerman attacked me in a fit of rage. On days 45 through 47, I was locked in battle with the Titan Speakerman. I didn't want to hurt him, so I tried my best to evade his attacks without fighting back. Please! This is all a misunderstanding! I did everything I could, but he wouldn't listen. He just kept shooting at me with everything he had. I couldn't withstand his attacks for long. I tried to endure, but each blow felt like it was ripping me apart. Absolute chaos unfolded around me, and as much as I hated to do it, I rushed in to defend myself. I brought my hammer down on my ally, as the toilets and cameramen brawled around us. Titan Speakerman took a few hits without flinching and dodged the rest. Each hammer attack that missed its mark instead sent toilets flying in every direction. I tried to use my ice powers to slow him down, but his massive form broke free each time without much effort. He endured strike after strike while retaliating on his own, assaulting me with missile attacks. I took to the sky to avoid his piercing sound blasts, but he followed me above the base. We continued our fight, surrounded by helicopter toilets who joined in the fray, but their attacks were nothing but mere annoyances. Our fierce dogfight continued over the desperate battle beneath us, and I felt like I was finally getting the upper hand because of my speed. The Titan Speakerman flew back to the ground, landing on top of the base to try and regain the advantage over me. I landed down too, fighting him desperately, hoping to end the conflict and finish off the Skibidi Toilets attacking the base. As our rooftop battle went on, I could tell he was getting tired from our clash. Unfortunately, my own stamina was giving out as well. Suddenly, a laser shot down from above. We both stopped and turned to see the jetpack Skibidi flying towards us.
Good work, men. Capture them all.
I turned to the Speakerman before I left. I'm sorry, Speakerman. I'm gonna go get help and make this right. On days 48 through 50, I reunited with my allies and told them what happened to the Speakermen. They're in danger, and I need your help to protect them.
I have an idea of where the surviving Speakerman might be held captive, but if we don't act soon, it'll be really bad.
Then I have to go now. The TV woman handed me a map, and I took off towards the location on it. Eventually, I arrived outside some sort of testing facility. What kind of experiments are they running there? I jumped down, and suddenly I was ambushed by a horde of camera toilets. Ah! What did they do to you? They were nothing but mindless zombies now, and I was forced to fight them. The camera toilets charged at my feet, and I retaliated with my various TV attacks. Using my ice channel to freeze my foes in place gave me the opportunity to strike any stragglers. I doubled up with my fire channel attack to incinerate any enemies that tried to come in close. My previous encounter with the jetpack Skibidi and Titan Speakerman left my health already in a bad spot. I took to the skies to avoid my health lowering any further. I brought down my hammer one last time to finish off the remainder of the mutated toilets. This is horrible! I have to save the speakers before the toilets make science experiments out of them too! On days 51 through 53, I made it deeper into the base to find the Titan Speakerman had been taken here too. The toilets were performing some sort of experiment on him. What are they doing to him?
How's the procedure going, Skibidi scientist?
Very well. Soon we will harvest all these speakers for their parts and make something big. The enemy won't know what hit them.
No! I can't let them hurt the Titan Speakerman! I charged in to ambush them, but before I could reach them, the scientist toilet spoke.
Activate emergency protocol.
They pressed a button, causing the floor to open beneath the Titan and sending him plummeting deeper into the lab. The Skibidis all turned to me and rushed in to attack. Wielding my hammer and unleashing bursts of raging hot flames and sonic blasts, I was able to thin out their ranks. However, just as I thought I was out of the woods, even more toilet reinforcements emerged from the nooks and crannies. As the new Skibidis bolted towards me, I sent them flying back with my hammer. But despite my best efforts, their numbers were too great and they swarmed me, surrounding me on all sides. Luckily, my firepower made quick work of them, burning the remaining enemies to a crisp. After I murked those sorry toilets, they dropped a strange device of some kind. What's this? Before I could mess around with it, the jetpack Skibidi flew in overhead. Oh no! I can't let him see me! On days 54 through 56, in a moment of desperation, I activated the device, unsure of what it would do. Suddenly, it shrunk me down, concealing me from the jetpack Skibidi just in the nick of time. Whoa! Now I'm just a little guy! Utilizing my new decreased size, I avoided the jetpack Skibidi overhead and snuck deeper into the lab. As I traversed the maze-like halls, I stumbled upon a storage room. Maybe I'll find something useful here. Inside, I found food and a laser gun. Nice! Finally, I made it to another room where all the Speakermen, including the Titan Speakerman, were locked in cages. There, I spotted the Battle Skibidi Toilet, who was now upgraded and had been seemingly revived from the dead. Wait, he's alive? Suddenly, he
he flew towards me and landed right in front of me.
You thought you could sneak in? I can sense that curse anywhere.
Why are you here? I thought I killed you. Are you a ghost?
Crazy what a few speaker upgrades can do. I won't lose to you twice.
Without another word, the Battle Skibidi attacked me. On days 57 through 59, I was fighting the upgraded Battle Skibidi. He was way tougher than the first time, and I was still just a little guy. Come on, grow big! The device wasn't working, so I was forced to fight this battle in my tiny size. I would have to try to use it to my advantage. Taking to the skies, I soared through the air, flying circles around the much larger foe. Since my last encounter with the Battle Skibidi, his power had drastically increased and surpassed anything I had faced before. Missiles streaked through the sky, exploding with devastating force, and his piercing laser blast diced through my defenses. I weaved and dodged, narrowly avoiding the incoming barrage of attacks. Closing in the distance, I swooped in with my hammer, but my strikes seemed to have a minimal effect. Meanwhile, his plunger attacks landed with brutal force, chipping away at my health. Using my ice powers, I froze him in place, temporarily halting his movements. I thought I'd finally gained the upper hand, but while his feet were frozen, his upper body wasn't. With his new speakers, he was able to unleash a sound barrage, knocking me out of the sky. I continued whizzing around the air, but his aim was getting more and more precise. I did my best to change my strategy, but no matter how hard I tried, I would never stand a chance in my tiny form. Suddenly, the TV woman's head came out of nowhere and zapped the Battle Skibidi with her lightning power.
I'll hold him off. You figure out that device.
She bought me enough time to finally get the device working, and I grew back to full size. Alright, time for round 2! On days 60 through 62, I charged back into the fray, allowing TV Woman to retreat and heal up. Now with my larger form, the two of us clashed once more. Finally, due to my increased size, I was able to break through the foe's defenses and deal some damage by hitting him with my hammer, catching the toilet off guard. He retaliated with the full arsenal of his abilities. Despite my larger proportions, his powers still packed quite a punch, so I remained in close proximity to the toilet to best avoid his long-distance attacks. Before I could gain the upper hand, the foe released a barrage of missiles, carving out a hole in the wall behind us. Before I could even react, the Battle Skibidi flew out of the hole. I took to the skies, following him from behind. As we both soared through the air, he maintained a good distance ahead of me as he rained fire down onto me. The base of the secret lab became littered with flames, covering much of the ground below in a layer of blazing ember. I couldn't believe it. Even at my larger size, I was still too weak to take on the upgraded Battle Skibidi. I was on my last legs. I was gonna lose again.
Give up yet? If you join the toilet team, I'll spare your life.
I'd rather die than join your cause. Just when I thought it was all over, the Titan Speakerman appeared. TV Woman had freed him.
The way you're fighting, I can tell you're not my enemy. Here, take this.
He tossed me a new upgrade, and when I picked it up, I transformed into the Cinema Man. I gained another 10 hearts and a new electric channel power. I also now had speakers of my own. Now this is more like it. Immediately, I flashed my new lightning channel at the enemy, sending a jolt of electricity surging through the Battle Skibidi. He attempted to counterattack with his flames, but my new powerful size was finally able to withstand his fire power. With my hammer in hand, I struck down on the foe with great force. Before he had any time to recover from the blow, I unleashed the full extent of my powers, slowly but surely wearing him down. He attempted to dodge my channel blast by taking to the skies and flying away from me, but I gave chase, knocking the toilet out of the sky and sending him plummeting to the ground below. With sonic blasts of my own, I confused the Battle Skibidi, leaving him vulnerable. Finally, with my new Titan form, I had overwhelmed him, and with one last lightning channel blast, the enemy collapsed, defeated once and for all. After the Battle Skibidi was defeated, laser fire rained down from the sky. It was the Jetpack Skibidi.
There you are. You can't escape this place.
Out of the frying pan, am I right, TV Woman? He started blasting everything, and it was pure chaos. I hadn't gotten a chance to heal yet, and I was sure I would die. Just then, TV Woman returned.
Everyone, run! I'll hold him off!
My hero! We'll come back for you, I promise! I fled with all the speakermen, leaving TV Woman to face the Jetpack Skibidi. On days 63 through 66, I had made it back to the Speakerman base with my new Speakerman allies, but my commander was still in trouble. Where is the Jetpack Skibidi stationed? I have to go back for TV Woman.
We were lucky to get out of there. We need to be gathering our forces to fight the Titan Skibidi Toilet.
I know, but I can't leave her to be tortured. She sacrificed herself for us.
You're right. I don't want to leave her either. The Jetpack Skibidi's usual whereabouts are kept top secret. You'll have to infiltrate one of their bases to find that information.
Then it's time to do a little bit of recon.
I'll join you.
no, we need someone to continue leading the fight. Don't worry, I got this. I flew around the world for a while until I spotted a Skibidi base from above. I landed nearby and checked the place out from afar. I spotted some Skibidis and listened in.
I just got the coordinates for the jetpack Skibidi's base.
Excellent! Let's conceal them quickly.
Oh, no they don't! That's exactly what I need! I blasted them away with my weapons, but all the other Skibidis saw me and attacked. Alright, it's showtime! On days 67 through 70, I attacked the Skibidi Toilet base. Gripping my hammer firmly within my clutches, I swung forward towards the horde of enemies, sending them flying backward. The remaining forces of Spider, Helicopter, and regular toilets on the rooftop swarmed me. Utilizing my lightning channel, I was able to electrify the majority of the foes. Even as they retaliated to the best of their abilities, my gargantuan form was near impervious to their minuscule attacks. I alternated between all of my channels, fire, ice, and lightning, making quick work of their surviving forces, dwindling them down until there was only one toilet remaining. With one final mighty lightning blast, I was able to take out the last of the Skibidis. They dropped what appeared to be the coordinates to the jetpack Skibidi's base I was looking for. I better Skibidi Toilet out of here before the big guns arrive. And so, I flew to the coordinates, but when I arrived, there was nothing but a big empty field. What is this? Is this some kind of prank? Am I being recorded? Suddenly, I stepped down on a pressure plate and the ground opened up beneath me, causing me to plummet straight down into the depths below. On days 71 through 74, I landed inside of another underground lab. This must be the base. I better take a look around. I shrunk myself down with my device so I wouldn't be spotted immediately. It then began stealthing around the base. I quietly went from hall to hall, making sure I was unseen. So far, nobody had spotted me, but I was so tiny I almost got run over by a Skibidi tank. Whoa! Oh, I'm vulnerable in this state. I need to be careful. Just then, the Skibidi tank stopped in its tracks and turned around.
I can sense the curse. We have an intruder.
They charged right at me, but I used my ice channel to freeze them in place. I gotta get out of here! I didn't have anywhere else to go, so I ran deeper into the facility. On days 75 through 77, I arrived in another room where I found the TV woman waiting for me. I ran towards her in excitement, seeing her still alive. TV woman, you're okay! I didn't think I was gonna see you again. She turned around, but something wasn't right. I was so shocked, I stopped in my tracks.
TV threat detected. Must be eliminated.
Suddenly, she started attacking me. The toilets had taken over her mind. She wasn't in control of her actions, and I didn't want to hurt her. So I did my best to avoid TV Woman's attacks rather than damaging her. You gotta snap out of it, please! But she wouldn't listen. All she did was charge at me, trying to stomp me out or attack me with her lightning. You leave me no choice! I had my ice channel at the ready and blasted it at the TV Woman, leaving her frozen right where she was. After freezing TV Woman, I heard a strange whirring as machines came to life, and to my surprise, the jetpack Skibidi teleported in.
Looks like I have some company.
What did you do to the TV Woman?
You have other things to worry about.
He immediately charged and attacked me. On days 78 through 80, I was facing off with the jetpack Skibidi Toilet. As the foe's missiles detonated with a ferocious boom, the battlefield became engulfed in raging flames. Surrounded by the scorching embers, I knew I couldn't maneuver around them. I had no choice but to jump down from the platform onto the ground below. Being so much smaller than my opponent, I knew I couldn't face him at such a great disadvantage. So I activated the device once more, this time allowing me to grow back to my Titan form. Now, the two of us were on an equal playing field. I barraged the toilet with the full extent of my long-range abilities, burning him with my fire channel, electrifying him with my lightning channel, freezing him in place with my ice channel, and shooting him from a distance with my lasers. The enemy retaliated with his missiles once more, but I was able to weave past them, dodging his attacks as I moved in close where he was most vulnerable. There, face to face with my opponent, I attacked him head on, swinging my mighty hammer down onto the foe. I had him on the ropes, and to my surprise, he started laughing. What's so funny?
If you defeat me, your TV woman commander will never return to her senses.
What? Turn her back this instant!
Never. Do it yourself.
How?
I can send you into her mind, but if you fail to free her, you'll be mind-controlled too.
I don't care. I'll take the risk.
That's perfectly fine by me. You'll happily take the Cinema Man as part of the Skibidi army.
He then zapped me, and I got sent into the TV Woman's mind. On days 81 to 82, I woke up inside of a void where I was once again tiny. The TV Woman was there, trapped in a cage. Commander!
Max, what are you doing here? Leave, now.
Why? I came here to save you. Suddenly, a giant Skibidi Toilet spider dropped down behind me.
Time to take the Cinema Man's mind for myself.
the spider toilet started to attack me. With his long, spindly legs, the arachnid-like foe came barreling towards me. No matter how fast I ran, the toilet's multiple legs gave him the advantage. I couldn't escape, and the enemy hit hard both with his melee attack and his jolts of electricity. Luckily, even within his realm, I still possessed all of my powers. I retaliated with my hammer, lasers, and my fire, ice, and lightning channels. But even still, my abilities weren't enough. It was neck and neck. I had to use my smaller size to my advantage. I flew circles around the spider toilet, disorienting him and causing him to lose sight of me. Before he could regain his footing, I'd use my lightning channel once more to finish him off. After defeating the Skibidi spider, I went and freed the TV woman from the cage.
Thank you, Max.
Once I saved her, we both returned to reality, and the jetpack Skibidi was gone. As I was looking around, I found a note on the ground. If you're reading this, you may think you've escaped death, but you haven't. The curse that you possess will grow fatal and kill you in 10 days. I will bring honor to the Skibidi army. I have to do something about this curse before it's too late! On days 83 and 84, we fled the facility. After we were safe, I stopped to talk to TV Woman. I'm glad we were able to make it out of there. Were you able to learn anything about the curse while you were brainwashed?
Yes, the Skull Skibidi Toilet is the one who conjured the curse. You're gonna have to find his base and search the area for a cure. It's the only way to stop it.
Got it. Thanks for the info. I better hurry though. I only have a few days before this curse becomes lethal. No time to waste. The clock was ticking, so I took to the skies in hopes of finding any clues on where the Skull Skibidi Toilet's base might be. As night fell, I spotted a graveyard and decided to check out the area. I landed and began exploring, looking for any clues that might lead me to the Skull Skibidi. After a few minutes of searching, I suddenly experienced a wave of nausea and pain. I had never felt this sick before, and I was overwhelmed by the sensations. I lost 5 hearts. Oh no. Oh, I need a second. This hurts so bad. Is this due to the curse? As I tried to recollect myself, the Skull Skibidi Toilet and his goons suddenly popped out of the ground and began attacking me. Wait, he's still alive? On days 85 and 86, I found myself face to face with a horde of undead Skibidi Toilets, led by their horrible leader, the Skull Skibidi Toilet. Emerging from their underground confinements, the undead toilets flew up into the air and began attacking me from all directions. Meanwhile, their resurrected leader lobbed globs of acid at me from afar. I don't know how he came back to life, but I knew I'd have to end him for good this time. With my hammer strikes and lightning channel blasts, I was able to send the minions flying back and keep them at bay while I turned my attention to the Skull Skibidi. Even though I was now much bigger than my old foe, I couldn't gain the upper hand. The curse was weakening all of my attacks. I was already feeling ill from the curse, but the toilet's poison was magnifying the effects of my sickness. For every undead toilet minion I took out, even more would rise from the grave and attack. I couldn't take on all of them. This wasn't good. This curse was having a powerful effect on me, and I was much weaker than usual as a result. The battle was so much tougher than I expected. No, stupid curse! I can't die! Not yet! Suddenly, the Skibidis let out a horrible, ear-piercing cry and rushed towards their leader. As they all surrounded him, the Skull Skibidi Toilet began to transform. His minions were converging with him to form an even larger and more powerful opponent. After consuming them, the foe tripled in size. With the enemy's newfound increased size, the fight began anew. I hit him with everything I had, but his poison continued to eat through my heart, disintegrating my health to almost nothing. Frantically, I devoured the food in my inventory to regain some of my hearts. With my health restored, I took to the skies, flying circles around the gargantuan adversary. While his size was great, my speed proved to be greater as I swooped in, hitting the foe with my hammer and avoiding his poison attacks by gliding through the air. Landing one final blow, I sent the Skull Skibidi Toilet flying back at so great a force that he instantly died upon impact with the ground. That's right! That's what you get for messing with a cinema man! Out of nowhere, the ground suddenly began to shake and tremble. Much to my surprise, a hole broke open and revealed a doorway. This must be the Skull Skibidi's secret lab. I need to get in there and find a cure before this curse makes things worse. I quickly shrank my size and entered the mysterious doorway. The clock was ticking, and I was running out of time. On days 87 and 88, I found myself inside the Skull Skibidi's base. After a few steps, I felt the effects of the curse again. Racked with pain, I lost 5 more hearts. Oh no! I need to hurry and find that cure before I lose all of my hearts to this terrible curse! I heard something approaching quickly and managed to hide just as something came zooming towards me. I peeked out from my hiding spot and saw that the modded Skibidi Toilet was entering the room.
I smell an intruder nearby. I'll protect the Skull Skibidi Toilet slab at all costs. Once I find you, whoever you are, You're done for.
Thanks to this curse, I'm in no shape to take this guy on. I need to be really careful. I slowly stealth away from the modded Skibidi. Once I had some distance, I continued to explore more of the lab. If it wasn't for my shrinking device, I would have been caught in an instant. After a bit of exploring, I finally arrived in the main chamber of the Skibidi Toilet. The area seemed safe, so I took a look around. I found a book on the ground. It was a journal written by the Skibidi Toilet and had all kinds of information. I flipped through a few pages. Aha! Here we go! The cure to the curse is locked inside of the modded Skibidi. Nobody except for me will be able to get it. Oh, great! It's inside the modded Skibidi? This isn't gonna be easy. My thoughts were interrupted as the modded Skibidi fell from the ceiling.
Found you!
On days 89 through 90, I was facing off against the modded Skibidi Toilet and he charged at me, swinging his saw wildly. Unfortunately, the room was too small for me to grow to full size, so I was forced to take on the opponent in my minuscule form. Despite my comparatively puny size, my hammer was luckily still proven to be effective against the modded Skibidi Toilet. My shortened stature also proved to be advantageous in dodging the foe's saw blade attacks and missile fire. I utilized all of my channel abilities, successfully chipping away at the enemy's health slowly but surely. But the toilet retaliated in full force, decimating the room with his firepower and engulfing the ground in flames. Things were going pretty well until suddenly my curse started burning, and it caused my health to drop all the way down to 1 heart. What the heck? I can't get hit, otherwise I'm dead! I knew I couldn't let the modded Skibidi hit me anymore, so I backed away to a safe distance and started shooting projectiles at him from afar. Quickly ducking behind cover, I sought shelter behind the pillars and tombstones in the room as I fired a barrage of missiles at the toilet. I knew if I was hit by his projectiles, I was done for, so I needed to be extremely cautious. The modded Skibidi chased after me, backing me into a corner. Putting it all on the line, I ran in close once more, striking down on the adversary with one last mighty hammer strike. As the weapon made contact with his porcelain exterior with an echoing clang, the toilet finally keeled over, defeated. When he died, he dropped the cure for the curse I'd read about. This is it! Awesome! I grabbed it and drank it down as fast as I could, regaining all of my hearts and removing the curse once and for all. Finally! I'm free! My celebration was cut short as the ceiling was suddenly vaporized by the Titan Skibidi Toilet.
Not for long.
Uh-oh. On days 91 and 92, I was face to face with my archenemy, the leader of the entire Skibidi Toilet army. I unshrunk, ready to face off against him.
You have the nerve to kill my loyal Skibidi and then desecrate his base?
I didn't desecrate anything! That toilet murdered a countless number of my friends!
They all got exactly what they deserved. Anybody who isn't on the side of the Skibidi army must die. That includes you.
Yeah? Well, I won't be going down easy, that's for sure. I've already defeated a ton of your officers and even removed the curse you put on me. What else you got, fool?
Do not mock me, TV head. I am going to personally ensure you don't live a single day more.
Then come at me.
Not yet. I've got other plans for you.
What's that supposed to mean? Suddenly, a spider Skibidi sprang at me out of nowhere and bit my brain.
Sweet dreams, tubehead.
I tried to fight against it, but it was no use. The toilet venom sank into my brain, and I passed out. On days 93 and 94, I found myself trapped in a vision inside my head. I was a regular TV man, and I was in a field, surrounded by all of my fallen allies. Gosh, so many lives lost.
Max, we missed you.
How am I speaking to you now? You're all dead!
We've been here all along, waiting for you. Join us, Max.
No thanks. I still have things to do in the land of the living. This is getting kind of weird.
Join us, Max.
No, this isn't right. This is a trap. I turned around to discover the spider Skibidi was standing before me. He was huge and horrifying. Not you again.
You're a clever one, Max. Oh well, looks like I'll just have to kill you instead.
I beat you once, I'll beat you again. The giant freak laughed before vanishing. Suddenly, out of the fog, apparitions of my allies started to attack me. The two titans who were once my allies immediately began their assault on me as a horde of my deceased friends swarmed around me. As the enemies approached me, I quickly realized that in this form, I lacked all of my channel powers. I had no choice but to begin running for dear life. Luckily, I could still use my riot hammer and laser gun. Utilizing those two powers, I was able to cut through the ranks of the smaller enemies like nothing. Sorry, but you're all just illusions! However, the titans would not fall so easily. Their superior firepower caused my health to dwindle. After a while, there were very few stragglers that remained. As the battlefield became clear of enemies, I noticed a little Skibidi spider hiding amongst the grass. I knew that if I defeated him, the dream would come to an end. As the threat of the Titan's overwhelming size and abilities loomed over me, I chased down the spider and quickly brought its life to an end. After the spider was defeated, I was freed from my mind prison and the vision began to fade. On days 95 and 96, I woke up to find that the Titan Skibidi Toilet had locked me up in a cage. What? Hey, I defeated your spider, and this cage won't stop me either! I immediately blasted the cage open and freed myself from it, when suddenly the jetpack Skibidi came flying in.
You broke free of the mind control and the curse. Soon the Titan Skibidi will finish his biggest and most powerful weapon yet. And when that's done, this war is as good as over. That is, so long as you don't get in the way again. That's why I'm going to personally make sure you no longer intervene.
And how are you gonna make sure of that?
Personally.
Without another word, the jetpack Skibidi charged towards me and our battle began. With great speed, I flew around the massive aerial toilet, whacking it with my hammer as I got in close. In retaliation, the foe rained missiles down onto me, but after our many battles, I was well acquainted with dodging his attacks. Unfortunately, the same applied to the enemy, as we had fought so many times previously that he was used to enduring all of my strongest channel attacks. The two of us darted through the air, unleashing powerful lasers and blasts all around the facility. Eventually, I flew up to the top of the cage and fired down with my powerful speaker blasts. To my surprise, this gravely injured the toilet adversary. With one final barrage of speaker blasts, the jetpack Skibidi was finally defeated once and for all. I gotta prepare for the final battle. The end is near! On days 97 through 98, I returned to my army. There, I found everyone. Cameras, TVs, and speakers together united as a group.
Max, you're okay!
Yeah, but I don't have much time. We need to call a meeting now. And so, TV Woman assembled everyone around me. I informed them of the weapon the Titan Skibidi Toilet was planning to unleash in a few days. We have to stop the army before they unleash the final attack.
What if we're not strong enough?
We will be. We will claim this victory for all the friends we've lost along the way. With everyone properly motivated, I started handing out armor, weapons, and rations to my army. I even gave myself a small arsenal of firepower. Mamma mia! Let's do some plumbing! On day 99, I arrived at the battlefield with my army to find the Skibidi forces already waiting for us. The area was covered in toilets of all shapes and sizes, and they looked really tough. Surrender or face the wrath of the resistance!
It's cute you think you can win. Onward, men!
Charge! The two armies clashed in the ruins. Gunfire drowned out the Skibidi's dreaded song. The Titans rained down their powers onto the toilets. The battle raged on and soldiers were falling left and right, allies and toilets alike. I assisted my men in battle the best I could, but the Titan Skibidi Toilet was causing a ton of fatalities.
You have to stop the Titan if we're gonna have any chance of winning this war. We'll hold things down here. Go!
All right, let's win this war! With that, I charged after the Skibidi Titan to take him on one final time. On day 100, I was facing off with the Skibidi Titan. The fight was tense and we were evenly matched. It was anyone's game. I used my sonic boom to blast him away from the battlefield and defend my army.
So you're gonna make this personal, huh?
You made it personal the minute you took away a TV's life. Prepare yourself! Valiantly, I charged in, and the two of us colossal titans clashed with immense force amongst the city's rooftops. With one mighty swing from my hammer, I sent the foe flying back. Without hesitation, I zipped towards him, ready to continue our battle. Using my ice channel, I froze the massive fiend in place and seized the opportunity to unleash my arsenal of abilities onto him, flashing my fire and lightning screens at the opponent to deal massive damage. I took to the skies and the enemy followed suit, our battle continuing in the air. I retreated, landing on top of a large building, but nowhere was safe as the Skibidi used his powerful beam to decimate the structure. My health was getting low. I attempted to withdraw from the chaos of battle, but the adversary was right on my tail, not allowing me a moment of respite. Landing on the deck of a nearby ship, the fight continued once more. With my trusty hammer, I was able to send the foe flying once more upon the fierce impact. But the toilet unveiled his beam once more, dealing massive damage at me from a distance while I was out of ammo and unable to fire back. As the opponent moved in close, we engaged in a battle of fisticuffs. While the fight was close, I was fueled by all of the allies I had lost along the way, granting me the strength to overpower him. And with that, the Titan Skibidi Toilet was rendered completely defenseless.
No, this can't be.
So long, and don't let the Skibidor hit you on the Skippy derriere on your way out. With one final hammer blow, I killed the Titan Skibidi once and for all. With the death of their leader, the remaining toilets all surrendered and we had won the war. Yay! I did it!